Hey guys, Youngblood Fantasy 91 here with another commentary for you wonderful people. After months of inactivity, I figured it would be most opportune to jump back into the groove and do yet another commentary for you guys. And naturally, it was difficult for me to decide which one I wanted to do first. But in what I can consider a Christmas miracle, someone gave me a request. This video that I'm about to tackle is by the one known as Super Flipper 76, or Phoenix King Productions. Normally he focuses on doing top 10 lists for video games, but the video I'm covering concerns a completely different topic: trolls and haters. But he's not going against the trolls, he's trying to help people who look like trolls to become more respectable human beings on YouTube. Oh wow, trying to make a handy-dandy guide on how others can comment totally does not imply you don't want trolls on your videos. You may say you don't care for internet trolls, but why are you going through the effort to make people less like trolls? Something is amiss here. I'll listen in and I'll see what I have to say about this.
Hello, I'm the Phoenix King.
And I stole James Rolfe's wardrobe and glasses.
And today I'd like to show you the difference between criticism and trolling. You see, as a fairly popular video maker, I go through a lot of comments. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, and some are just plain weird. But through it all, there are some people out there who we've come to know as internet trolls. Today, however, I'm not speaking to those people. If you want to be an internet troll, nothing's gonna stop you.
Damn right no one can stop internet trolls. Why then are you trying to save people from looking like trolls? Are you trying to say trolls perfected their own way to communicate on here? Trolls are not a culture who follow a universal series of rules and guidelines. They are freelance users who antagonize others for their own amusement. They can take any form. So what is the point of even attempting to create rules of thumb for trolls and trolls comments?
I'm speaking to those genuine folks who are trying to offer criticism, but are instead misinterpreted because of how they word their comments. This is how you can avoid looking like a troll.
Why is that such a concern to you? If people misinterpret obvious critique and other criticism as trolling, then the fault is theirs. They're the ones that need to go back, read the comment, and think before they type their responses, rather than jump to conclusions and believe trolls all follow a uniform series of characteristics. Perhaps they should gain more internet experience, rather than go to videos like yours that try to generalize how all trolls act and attempt to save people from being misidentified by unobservant users on here.
Now, not everyone in the world can be a language professor or an English major, but this is something that can very easily be fixed. Do your spelling when you're commenting. This may seem insignificant, but correct spelling makes it look like you're giving it effort, which in turn gives off an impression that you're a genuine commenter.
Okay, so what if you have an internet troll that is well informed about the rules of spelling and grammar and then leave troll comments? Well, your rule fails because by your logic, that person was not a troll, even though for the sake of the example, he was. Conversely, not every single person who has issues with grammar and spelling are trolls. I mean, look at people like the Four-Wheeler 1992, or this person that left a comment on your video. Are you going to say they're both trolls? I guess creating stereotypes is a skill set of yours.
And whatever you do not write your comment in all caps. This is instantly interpreted as shouting, and does not look positively on the commenter.
Because, you know, using caps lock automatically gives your comment troll points. True, it may look like you can't be taken seriously, but I don't know how that relates to troll comments. Maybe if it was a disgustingly obvious troll this could work, but effective trolls don't blow their covers easily. Maybe some random dude who ingested too much caffeine decided to comment in all caps for the hell of it. How do you know the internal motivations of random people who leave comments based on superficial information like spelling and the usage of caps lock?
In most videos, especially countdowns, there is a mix of facts and opinions. When you are commenting, criticize these with the same, a fact with a fact, and an opinion with an opinion. For example, my top 10 weapons in video games that I wish actually existed. I had my facts wrong about the Dragon Balls, so many people corrected me with the true facts, and I thank them for that.
Here's the thing. A troll could click on your video and say something like, "Wow, you're a dumbass. You do realize that the Dragon Balls don't give you power at all? They obviously are used to call Shenlong, you misinformed pile of crap." Are you going to call this person a troll? He did, after all, use a fact to counter whatever errors you have. By the way, you do realize that you didn't use facts if you know that you used incorrect information? In any case, this explanation was too vague, because you're lumping possible elitists and douchebags into the same category as internet trolls, and this is yet another example of generalization.
On the other hand, top 10 love interests. It was my opinion on that list not to include Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. So, if you disagree, you might want to comment and tell me that. Something like, Kyrie should have been on this list. But, you see, because of the way it's worded, it sounds like you're stating a fact. You know it's just your opinion, but we don't.
This is so blatant a contradiction. You just said to word opinions in the format you proposed here, but then you say, oh, well, this looks like you presented a fact, so this is stupid. You awkwardly transitioned from, you should present opinions like this, to, this is not how you should present it because it can be misinterpreted as fact. And what do you mean we don't know if this is fact or opinion? I'm sorry that you cannot tell the difference, but to humanity's credit, I'm pretty sure a lot of us do. We can use something called making inferences that can allow us to say, well, this looks like a closed-minded person's opinion on the matter. I believe it's a skill called making conclusions, which I say more people should learn how to do instead of having you justify people for their inability to make such conclusions.
By adding two little words, I think, this instantly shifts from a negative connotation to a positive one. Bottom line, just make sure you know the difference. Don't be afraid to make a joke out of it. Just a quick LOL or, in some cases, JK can transform even the harshest criticism into a joke.
So, are you saying people should make it 100% obvious that they were joking around? I'm sorry that you cannot tell when people are joking or not on here. Again, this is about internet experience. Read more comments and figure out how to read the comments yourself if you're having trouble. And I'm pretty sure trolls joke all the bloody time. Why do you think they leave such ridiculous and non-serious comments? Maybe because they're trying to be non-serious? This recommendation also fails.
Trust me, if a comment makes you laugh, you'll be much more likely to pay attention to what it has to say.
Okay, so if an internet troll leaves a ridiculously funny comment about how you went to a James Rolfe lookalike convention and in a bit of a fanboy nerdgasm you stole his glasses, then I guess it's legitimate according to you because I'm sure people would laugh at the comment, if they have a sense of humor, that is. Again, this is not helping anybody because trolls can be this way too. You're generalizing how trolls and other users act on YouTube. How this is supposed to help anyone is beyond me.
This one's pretty simple. A majority of people have a very negative perception of people who regularly use language like this. When used correctly, it can be hilarious, but most of the time, it just serves as an annoyance.
Are you kidding me? No. Are you kidding me? I know that this is old information, but my nemesis Guptil89 said the same thing about profanity. Unless it's used right, you can look rather immature. I'm sorry that some people said damn, hell, crap, shit, bastard, and other curse words in your comments. Are you saying that only trolls use curse words in their comments? Of course, if you pepper your comment with a multitude of expletives, then people will take it less seriously. But how in the bloody 9 regions of hell do you know that a troll did it? Can you just read the mind of the user who wrote it? What about the people who write damn and hell in the comments section? Are they going to be misidentified as trolls too? This is the worst litmus test ever to identify trolls. And I further recommend no one should try to make a litmus test to identify trolls. Instead, figure it out on your damn own.
And offensive language doesn't just stop at cursing and swearing. Directly insulting a person or group, or threatening by any means, are just as bad and just as common. The easy solution is just to avoid using it altogether. Without these types of language, your comment will come off as civil, and we'll be much more apt to listen to what you have to say.
But here's the thing. Not all trolls resort to bashing entire cultures, groups, and religions. And do you honestly think that threatening people over the internet is limited to just trolls? I have ran into 12 and 13-year-old kids who acted so immature that they threatened to kill specific people and users all because other users criticized them. Is that considered trolling? What about those on YouTube that actually support things like anti-Zionism or phasing out of homosexuality or neo-Nazism? Are you going to say that they're trolls? I can say they're intolerant, but you're again generalizing. You're confusing trolls with users whose comments cannot be taken seriously. Again, generalizations up the a-hole.
Now, you might not be able to do this in all cases, but if you can point out something and offer a solution or suggestion, it not only makes your comment more positive, but also a working force in making these videos better. For example, I get a lot of comments along the lines of this: "Your camera quality sucks."
Censorship protects ignorance, not innocence, bub.
Do you notice how that sounds like an insult? Instead, let's try this. "Do you have another camera with better quality?"
Oh, well, this person made a spelling error. Better not take what he says seriously because he can be a troll. Oh my gosh!
Or, "Have you thought about getting a better camera?" You're still illustrating the same point, but instead of an insult, a little rewrite turned it into a suggestion, constructive criticism.
And here we see the obvious and omnipresent constructive criticism card. Insulting can arise from many groups of people. It's not limited to just trolls. It can apply to every single YouTube user ever, including you. If someone insults you, then you just ignore them. Don't slave over how much of a troll comment it is. Dismiss the comment because you know either way, it's not worth it. It may be a troll, but it may be some angry douchebag. Again, how do you know?
This can be applied to most YouTube shows, not just countdowns. If you don't like how something is being done, just offer a suggestion of how to change or fix it.
And I hope you take my comments into consideration, even though I cursed and perhaps insulted you in the process. Hopefully you'll be able to figure out who is trolling and who isn't on your own, and not rely on arbitrary judgment calls on how trolls act on YouTube.
Now, don't think of me as some preachy know-it-all. I'll be the first to admit that I'm guilty of some of these things myself. But I've strived to get better, and I hope you do too. With these tips, we can help separate the true fans from the true haters.
3 words. No true Scotsman. Using your bias to determine which users are true trolls or true fans will make the entire thing one-sided and pointless.
All you have to do is think before you type.
And that's the way it is. Although he tried to make his video legitimate with polished editing and graphics, he still generalized trolls, generalized YouTube users, and admitted he does not like hate comments or cursing. He also underestimates the ability of other users to think, and attempts to understand how trolls work despite how trolls can be multifarious in presentation. I swear, you bear similarities to people like Guptil and others who don't understand trolling and constantly block people from their channels, video comments, and elsewhere. That's not to say you do, but you're on the same level as those people who fall for obvious troll comments and take them seriously. If you want to figure that out, then do some field work on YouTube and compare and contrast comments. I somehow managed to figure this all out on my own, and while I admit I am not perfect, I at least can see obvious trolling from a mile away, and I never had to rely on making arbitrary observations about people's grammar and spelling abilities, the way they use language, and how they insult people in order to come to my own determinations. This entire video was predicated on making vague observations about YouTube users, and it made little sense in the process. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this. This is Youngblood Fantasy 91, and ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all in the brighter later.